Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Master Food Tech, where we make food technology concepts simple and exam oriented. This channel is specially designed for GATE, Excel, and XE food technology aspirants, as well as food science students preparing for competitive exams. In today's video, we are going to discuss important MCQs from core food technology, which are frequently asked in GATE and other exams. So watch till the end because every question here is concept based and highly scoring. So let's start with the first question. The Maillard reaction primarily occurs between. So before going into the concept, before going into the options, let's understand what is Maillard reaction. Maillard reaction is a non-enzymatic browning reaction which is very important in food processing, especially during baking, roasting and frying. So now when we see conceptually, the Maillard reaction occurs between a reducing sugar and the amino group. When these are reacted in the presence of heat, you will form you will get some compounds. So even this amino group also comes from the amino acids or proteins, right? And this reaction is responsible for the brown color and the flavor aroma in some of the foods like bread, coffee and the roasted meat. So now, as I have given the reaction, the correct answer would be the reducing sugars and amino acids. This is the correct option. Now let's go into the next question. The main objective of pasteurization of milk is. Now let's understand the concept. This is a very common and important question. Pasteurization, the aim of pasteurization is to destroy the pathogenic microorganisms. Okay, pathogenic. So whenever you come across the word pasteurization, remember of pathogenic microorganisms. And also remember, pasteurization does not sterilize the milk completely. Not sterilization. Okay. And it does not destroy all microorganisms also. So this you have to remember. It only destroys the pathogenic microorganisms. So the right option would be option C. Moving into the next question. Which drying method produces the finest powder with the least damage? So when we talk about producing any fine powder, especially for the products like milk powder, coffee, and or any flavor, we need a method with very short heat exposure. So the heat exposure should be very low in case of producing the finest powder. So the lowest heat producing method would be the spray drying. Spray drying in the sense it converts the liquid into the fine droplets, whereas you supply only little amount of heat. So in spray drying, the liquid is converted into the fine powder, which has dried almost instantly. So there is minimum heat damage and excellent product powder quality. So the option would be the spray drying. Moving into the next question. Which form of water in foods is unavailable for microbial growth and chemical reaction? So here there are all the types of water. So free water which is easily available for the reaction, adsorbed water in the sense which is adsorbed, means it is a surface phenomena adsorbed on the food at the top layer, adsorbed water. Next is capillary water. So which water is unavailable for microbial growth? This question is directly related to the water activity. Symbol is AW. Here in water activity, microorganisms can grow only when the water is freely available. So you can define water activity as a freely available water. So until and unless the water is freely available, it doesn't, the microorganisms won't be grown. So the answer would be the bound water. As the bound water is tightly held to the food components like protein and carbs, it is not available for the microbial growth or any chemical reactions. Next question. Which pigment is responsible for the pink color of the cured meat? So in cured meat products like ham, sausages, the nitrites react with the myoglobin. So usually in meat products, you'll see nitrites react with the myoglobin. So myoglobin is already present in the meat. Nitrite is a preservative. When these both react, you will get the nitrosomyoglobin, which is responsible for this pink color of the cured meat. Curing means it is a procedure of preserving the meat, right? So this pigment is called nitrosomyoglobin, which gives the characteristic pink color even after cooking also. So the option is nitrosomyoglobin. Next, which of the following lipids acts as an emulsifier in foods? So emulsifier. You have to know the characteristic of an emulsifier. Which emulsifier has both hydrophilic as well as hydrophilic, in the sense lipophilic part. So allowing the oil and water to mix properly. So here emulsifier which acts as an emulsifier is phospholipids. Phospholipids such as lecithin. You can usually see lecithin in any chocolate as an ingredient, right? Lecithin is used as an emulsifier in the chocolate to mix up the oil and any water based like milk based ingredients, because this acts as an excellent natural emulsifiers and are widely used in food systems. So the option is phospholipids. Next, hydrogenation of oil converts. So what is actually hydrogenation? Hydrogenation is a chemical process where hydrogen is added to the double bonds of a fatty acids. Suppose this is a uh, fatty acid chain. Let's see. So when hydrogen is added, here, the unsaturated bonds are usually become the saturated. Okay. So say, double bonds convert into the single bonds when you add the hydrogen atom. So hydrogenation is usually addition of hydrogen to the double bonds in the fatty acids. and thus this converts unsaturated fats into the saturated fats, increasing the melting point and the shelf life also. So the answer would be hydrogenation, in the sense unsaturated fats to the saturated fats. Next, which of the following fatty acids is essential? So essential in the sense, essential. Essential fatty acids are those which cannot be synthesized by our human body, and thus this fatty acid should be obtained through the diet, intake of food only. So among the options, the linoleic acid is an essential fatty acid. Option C is correct. Next, winterization of oil is done too. So what is winterization? Winterization is a refining process where oils are first cooled. Why? To remove all the high melting triglycerides, okay, which can cause cloudiness at the low temperatures. So thus removing all the triglycerides at the lowest temperature is called winterization. So here you can see removing the high melting triglycerides. C is the correct option. Next, which of the following oils is the most resistant to oxidation? Oxidation resistance means when oils have more saturated fatty acids. So here coconut oil is highly saturated, making it more stable against any oxidation procedure compared to the other oils. So as coconut oil is highly saturated, so these are resistant to oxidation. So when an oil is more unsaturated, means when an oil contain more of double bonds, then this is more prone to oxidation, right? So when an oil is highly saturated, then we can't add any oxygen atoms, right? So that means it is resistant to oxidation. So these were some of the high yield food technology MCQs, which are for GATE, Excel and XC preparation. If you found this video helpful, like, share and subscribe to Master Food Tech for more concept based explanations. And let me know in the comments if you want any previous year questions, numerical problems or any full length GATE revision videos. Thank you and happy learning.